Hello everyone, my name is Aman and I am here to share my experience from my recent full stack development internship at WebStack Academy. I hope you find this presentation insightful. So, full stack development. Full stack development is the process of creating web applications that involve both backend and front-end development. It encompasses every aspect of website functionality and user experience, from designing user interface to implementing server-side logic and database management. Content development focuses on user-facing aspects of web application, including design and creation of user interface. So, some technologies in it are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Backend development, on the other hand, deal with the server-side logic and database management that power the website functionality. Backend developers use tech like Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB uh, to create server-side application and handle data storage and retrieval. So front-end development is part of web development that users see and interact with. It involves designing, creating visually appealing, user-friendly, and responsive user interfaces across various devices and screen size. So, HTML, hypertext markup language, is used to define the structure and layout of web pages. CSS, cascading style sheet, adds on visual appeal and presentation of web pages. JavaScript enables user interaction and enhances the user experience. So HTML is used to define structure and layout of web pages. It consists of series of elements represented by text that tells a used web browser how to structure the document for display. So web an HTML document has root element which contain two main sections, head and body. The head section includes metadata about the page, while the body contains the visible content. So some HTML elements which are studied in the internship are heading, paragraph, link, image, table, and form. So heading H1 to H6 define the heading of varying importance. Paragraph, we take define a paragraph, uh, link A. Anchor tag define the hyperlink allowing user to navigate to other pages or section. Image img tag is used to display images on a web page. Table, tr, th, and td tags are used to create table for organizing data. Form tag is used to collect user input such as text field, checkbox, ready button, and submit button. So CSS is used to define the presentation and visual appeal of web pages. It allows developers to specify how elements should be displayed, including their color, size, position, and animation. So type of CSS, inline CSS. Styles are applied directly to an element using a style attribute. Uh, Internal CSS. In this, styles are written within the style tag in the head section of the HTML document. In external CSS, styles are written in a separate file and linked to HTML document using link tag. CSS selectors are used to target specific HTML elements for styling. As some selectors are element selector, target element based on their tag name. ID selector target the specific ID attribute. Class selector target the specific class attribute. Attribute selector target element based on their attribute values. Universal selector target all elements on a page. So in CSS box model, in this in CSS, every HTML element is considered a box. This box contains margin, border, padding, and actual content. It is crucial for designing page layout and positioning elements. JavaScript. JavaScript is a lightweight oriented, object-oriented programming language used to create interactive web experience. It enables user interaction and enhances the user experience by making website more dynamic and responsive. It is one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web alongside HTML and CSS. While HTML provides the structure, CSS handles the style. JavaScript brings the website to life by allowing the users to interact with them dynamically. JavaScript is versatile as it can run both in both the browser and on the server. It is asynchronous and event-driven, making it perfect for handling user input, making web requests, and working with real-time data. During my internship, we started with JavaScript Basic. We learned how to use JavaScript to manipulate HTML, CSS to create more interactive web pages. One of the first concepts we learned was how to write simple JavaScript code that display alert or change text on the web page. This includes understanding variables which are containers for storing data values. So console document.write is does is write directly to an HTML document. Console.log prints the message on the browser console. It is used for debugging purpose. Window.alert displays an alert window. So variables. In JavaScript, we have several variables, including string, number, boolean, array, and object. Variables can be declared using var, let, or const. We use let and const for block scope, while var is function scope. The difference between let and const is that variable declared with const cannot be reassigned, making them a good choice for values that should remain constant. Conditional statements. So conditional statements such as if else and switch allows us to make decisions in our code. We use them to execute different blocks of code based on various conditions. This is crucial for creating interactive and responsive applications. Looping statement. Loops are essential concept in JavaScript, allowing us to repeat a block of code as many times as necessary. The for loop, while loop, and do while loop are most common types. Understanding loops is key to handling repetitive tasks like iterating over arrays or collection of data. DOM manipulation. It is one of the most powerful features of JavaScript. Its ability to interact with the document object model. The DOM is hierarchical structure of an HTML document, and JavaScript allows us to manipulate it dynamically. We use methods like getElementById, query selector, add event listener, and many other to update the content style or structure of a web page. Asynchronous JavaScript. So asynchronous JavaScript is key concept for building modern web applications that are fast and responsive. We started by learning about callback, which are functions passed as argument to another function. Callback can lead to callback hell if not managed properly, which is where promises come in. Promises provide a more readable way to handle asynchronous operations by allowing us to write dot then and dot catch methods. This makes our code cleaner and easier to maintain. We also explored async and await, which are syntactic sugar over promises, making asynchronous code look more like synchronous code and even easier to read. So React is a popular JavaScript library developed and maintained by Facebook. It is a open source JavaScript library for building user interface and particularly single page applications. React simplifies the process of building interactive and dynamic web application by breaking down the UI into reusable components. It is widely used because of its performance, flexibility, and a large ecosystem of tools and libraries. So some terminologies in React are JSX. It is nothing but a syntax extension for JavaScript that allows to write HTML-like code in your JavaScript file, which makes it easier to create and understand the structure of UI components. Components. This is components are building block of a React application, allowing developer to break down the UI into reusable, self-contained pieces that can be managed independently. State and props. State is an object that holds dynamic data that can change over time, while props are used to pass data from one component to another, allowing the components to communicate. Hooks. Hooks are special functions that let you hook into React features such as state and lifecycle method without writing a class. They simplify code and enable more powerful functional components. Virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of actual DOM that React used to optimize update and rendering, allowing for effective and fast UI update by minimizing the direct manipulation of real data. Unidirectional data flow in React. Data flows in a single direction from parent to child component, making the data flow predictable and easier to debug. So React component-based architecture allows developer to create reusable UI components, reducing duplication of code and speeding up development. Flexibility. React can be integrated with other libraries and frameworks or used for web, mobile, and even desktop applications, providing flexibility to use developers to build a wide range of applications. Backend development. It encompasses the server database and server-side logic that power a website functionality. It involves writing server-side code using languages like Node.js and working with databases to store and retrieve data. Some tech are Node.js. It is an open source cross-platform runtime environment for executing JavaScript code outside the browser. Express.js. It is a web application framework for Node.js used for building backend services. MongoDB. It is a non-relational document-oriented database that provides support for JSON file storage. So my project during the internship was food ordering application. This application built using Stack allow user to register, log in, search for restaurant, place order, and even make payment. It combines both front-end and back-end technologies to create a seamless user experience. So MongoDB is used as database for storing data. Express.js is a framework for Node.js. React is library for the front end. So now let's dive into live demonstration of food ordering application. I'll show you how user can register. So here we go to the page. Uh, so we can see restaurants are loaded. When we click on them, the menus will come. If we want to add the add to part without logging in, it will send us to login page. Now we can register using new user. will and then transfer is done to the office email. And the outside would be before then register. So this is we are logged in and you can see in the MongoDB that user the user. Next we have this click on this. On clicking on the icon we can go to one page. This is toggle button. This shows your veg restaurants. We can sort by reviews or rating. Next, we can click on the restaurant and try ordering some food. So they are added to cart. Now we can click on cart and check out. So I don't want perhaps sushi, so delete it. Add salmon sushi and check out. So I use shipping address and just click on. So it was name, so and the address will be city will be Kota. My phone numbers are created online. For that payment, I will receive. I will pay you that receiving. When our order is done, we can check our order. So your order is here. We go to action. Then we show receipt and all status and all things. You can go to MongoDB and orders. Here. So we can add update is as delivered. Update then refresh. Then we focus on the page and we can add our profile as well. So on the number we can check the results. This is the number right now. We update it and refresh it. And this is Anandita and thank you.